I believe it was Charles Darwin that said it is not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive change, but those who can manage change. Change management is happening everywhere, and it becomes evident as time goes by. In that case, it is quite imperative that we as people, and future bosses of course, understand the behavior of our right from our left hand. And in other words, our employees who we will future manage. Therefore, my main focus will be on the psychodynamic approach to change, more specific, the Kubler Ross model. Keep watching. So the Kubler Ross model was generated from a research done by Elizabeth Kubler Ross in 1969 that may it illustrate that how change in an organization can affect persons' internal psychological state. According to the Kubler-Ross model, there are 5 stages that the patients would undergo when they are in a catastrophic state or illness. The stages include denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And this may vary throughout the organization as long as change is implemented. Continue watching. Denial. Yes, and so denial is the first stage. Denial is a non-acceptance of the change, and as such, we will see person in the organization not taking what is communicated to them because of disbelief. So imagine losing a loved one who is very close to you, and you will become so numb, to the situation that you can't believe that the person no longer exists. This is the same case of persons within organization towards change. They won't take what is communicated to them because they are in disbelief that this change will ever happen. And so that is what happens in the stage of denial. Anger. Stage 2, anger, involves persons taking responsibilities for their emotions. This is where they acknowledge the change, and out of rage, they begin to question and blame themselves about what is happening. In their minds, they focus on the whys and the hows. And so, imagine this example. You're on a football team, and out of nowhere, your coach begins to change dynamic and ask you to switch your position or switch. You substitute for Mark. You're out of your enrage after the stage of denial. You can't believe that your coach has asked you to switch. Out of rage, you will be like, why coach? Why me? How come? Is it that I didn't kick the ball properly? Or is it that I never scored the goal last match? And that's what happened within an organization. Persons begin to question themselves as soon as change hit the ground. Bargaining. Stage 3, bargaining. Bargaining is really the attempt to avoid change within the organization. Persons tend to bargain when there is no other way or choice. This means they will liaise more to sort of rectify the change that will happen. For instance, think about this. Funny. If a man cheats in his marriage and got caught, there will be some sort of change within the marriage. Therefore, that change may cause the man to bargain, in other words, desperately search for remedies to correct the situation. Doesn't mean that the wife might take him back, but he's trying, and so he bargains. And so in an organization, we see where that happens. So according to the Kubler-Ross model, they see where persons, the ill patients, actually bargain themselves as to sort of find a way to bargain with the doctor about the illness or what may happen. And so within the organization, persons will bargain so to just reduce the change or just eliminate it completely. Depression. Stage 4, depression. Depression is sadness or apathy when the change happened and when you realize that the bargaining won't remedy the situation. This is where we hit low, and as such we feel as if whatever was built is gone, or we are going to simply lose our way. Using the previous example, the man will probably grieve after exhausting all angles of the bargain with his wife. And so that happens within an organization. Acceptance. So the final stage, acceptance. Acceptance is when the person comes in terms of what is happening. So even if the change is minute or grand, people may accept the reality of the situation after being touched with emotions. In that, they are somewhat prepared of what is to come. And so in the organization, you will see persons succumb to that change. So on that note, the Kubler-Ross model postulates the process of change and adjustment, with oneself towards change within the organization. And I leave you there with this presentation. Thank you for watching. Until next time.